It was a simple yet grand idea. To create a conservation organization that had the size and strength to take its rightful place in a country that does things on a gigantic scale. To champion new ways for people to take action on behalf of their natural heritage. And with that, in 1951, the Nature Conservancy was born. Back then, the Conservancy consisted of 2 staff and 600 members, most of whom were scientists. But what we lacked in size, we made up with determination. Our first land deal happened just 3 years into our inception. In 1954, a group of concerned citizens and scientists from Bedford, New York, approached the Conservancy to help secure 60 acres of forest, or see it become developed. The Conservancy provided $7,500 to finance the purchase, with the provision that the loan be repaid for use in other conservation efforts. It was a bold move in the 1950s, and one that launched the Conservancy into what would become its decades-long hallmark, land protection. Over the next 6 decades, the Conservancy would work with hundreds of partners, moving from simple land deals to more layered tactics, including government co-ops, conservation easements, and debt for nature swaps. Enlisting institutions that have the greatest impact on the land and the greatest potential to help us protect it. Since those early days, we've known that merely saving land is not enough, and that the key to effective conservation is pragmatic science.
The last 60 years, the reason science is so important to the Conservancy is it's about solving problems. With the very first land deals, the problem was simple. Find the piece of land that had these tree species on it, these flowers on it, these birds on it. Now, the problems we try to solve are infinitely more complicated. It's how do we balance energy and mineral needs and our food needs with protecting nature.
Recognizing that these problems are global, our mission called us to work around the world, on land and in the water.
We started in Mayanas Gorge with local people who cared about that special area. That's the formula we took. We start locally, engage with people who care about their local area, and we've just grown state by state, country by country on that basis. All of that local brain power and support that we recruited place by place can now be enlisted to support our global mission, saving the lands and waters that life depends on.
Today, we work in 36 countries, including all 50 of the United States. From North America's crown of the continent, to Brazil's Atlantic forest, to the Coral Triangle, the Conservancy has helped to protect more than 110 million acres. But with all our successes, the years have also been filled with escalating challenges. Challenges that drive us to work bigger, better, and faster. From the Gulf of Mexico, where in the face of a disastrous oil spill, 6 Conservancy chapters mobilized for a regional recovery and continued restoration of coastal oyster reefs. To China, where in response to burgeoning development, the Conservancy helped to create a conservation blueprint for the entire country. And to Kenya, where to counter a spike in poaching, the Conservancy and African partners restored an historic elephant migration corridor at Mount Kenya. It's been 60 years since that first land deal at Mayanas Gorge. The world we live in today is ever more daunting, global, and interconnected. Measured in declining fish populations, sinking aquifers, and melting glaciers. Building on 60 years of experience, we must look to the next 60 years. We must be more innovative than ever and partner with communities, government, and business to achieve conservation at ever larger scales. To demonstrate that the conservation of nature is not a special interest, but of crucial interest to all 7 billion people who now share our planet. Moreover, we must inspire the next generation of conservationists.
being out in nature really inspired me and motivated me to do conservation work. And I'm really grateful that I have a sense of what I want to do with my life.
For the diversity of life and our diverse ways of life. From the Aboriginal savannas of Australia to the streets of New York, the clock is ticking. But together, we can provide a geography of hope and a way forward to protect nature and preserve life, and ensure a future that sustains us all.